All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Jack and Joe, What Do You Know? This first segment today is brought to you by the one and only Mr. Nick Lovrich. Thank you, Mr. Lovrich, for this recommendation. This first segment is going to be Build Your Ideal Pizza, Joe. So I'll start it off. So every pizza has to have a nice base, a nice crust, a nice dough. So first off, I'm thinking a nice hand-tossed dough by a man straight from Naples, Italy. I mean, that man has to toss that thing in the air.
Like how high? How high would you say?
At least 50 feet.
50. I mean, that's
at least.
That's at least. That's minimum.
I mean, that's the minimum if you ask me. So, what kind of crust would you like, Joe?
I'm going with the hand toss, just like you. I mean, it can't be no thin crust.
No.
Hand toss, deep dish for sure. Definitely going deep dish.
Deep dish.
And then for that, I'm going to continue on with the sauce. I mean, just a base sauce. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard because I'm not.
A nice red pizza sauce.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
Del Grosso's has good pizza sauce. I know they make good pizza sauce, so I'd probably go with that because it's what I'm familiar with for sure. What about you?
Same thing. You know, a nice basic red sauce. You know, if you like ranch or barbecue sauce, you should be penalized.
Just leave.
You
go somewhere else.
You should be jailed for having anything other than a red sauce on your pizza. If you do, that is just absolute crime. And so next, I got a nice hand-tossed crust, some red sauce, and I throw in some fresh mozzarella cheese on top. Every pizza has to have a nice cheese. And then for my toppings, I'm going to have to go bacon and chicken. You got to get your protein in there. It's got to be meaty. It's got to be filling. Fills all the categories of the food pyramid. So what do you say, Joe?
I mean, mozzarella definitely the way to go. I also have I need a little garlic flavoring on there. That's my biggest thing is I love garlic, man. I can't get enough of it sometimes.
Garlic.
Especially in Italian food. And then I'm going to keep going with my biggest topping. You know, it's a little controversial, but it'd be bacon and anchovies. I'm sorry. I love the
anchovies.
I love the saltiness of anchovies. It's so good.
You make my bones like chatter.
Makes you dehydrated just looking at it. I mean, there's the salt content on anchovies has got to be near 65%. I'm guessing that's just a ballpark guess.
You might as well just like take a salt shaker, just dump it on your pizza at that point.
Might as well, but I mean, if you're eating pizza, you're not really eating it to be healthy. I mean, I don't know.
Exactly, that's pretty true.
That's mine.
And how you mentioned the garlic, I like to add a nice little garlic butter to my crust, just like Domino's. Domino's is A+ job of that. I mean, their crust just impeccable.
Crispy garlic. That's really good.
Very good. All right, so we got our pizzas down.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go on.
Sorry.
And this is also not controversial. And I thought about it. My favorite drink with pizza is milk by far.
Milk.
It's weird. White milk. It's just good with it. That's what I eat. I eat pizza and I drink milk. If I'm at home and I have the choice, I will drink milk.
All right. So, do you like the milk from the refrigerator or like straight from the udder of the cow?
I mean, I wish I owned a cow. Actually, I wish I owned a goat because they're easier to maintain and they give milk. So I'd probably milk a goat. But I mean, for right now, my current situation living in rural Bellwood, I really don't have a lot of room for a goat. So I just eat it out or take it out of the refrigerator.
Nothing's better than eating an anchovy pizza and then ducking your head under a goat for some milk.
I'm one with nature as soon as that milk touches my lips and falls down my face.
All right. So our next segment is going to be our top 3 movies of all time. So every movie ranged from way back to the first movie up to now in 2021. So we're going to start with number 3 for me personally. I'm going to go Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks stars in that movie. Tom Hanks is a very good actor. You know, it tells a great story of a man who was disabled but was still able to live up to some high expectations. He played college football. He went to the army. He
was a war hero. He was a
war hero. Yeah. Well, spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it
yet, if you haven't, then go watch it tonight. It's a very great. It's a great movie.
It's your problem if you haven't seen it yet. It's not our fault.
Exactly. So that's my number 3 movie of all time. What's yours, Joe?
Number 3, I gotta go with Inception. I love it. It's just like it's a mind bender. I mean, it's like the fact that you can go and live in a dream and control people through their dreams. It makes me wish I could do it. Not to be like weird, but it'd be kind of cool to live in my own dream. Living in limbo. It's kind of dangerous. They live on the edge in that way. But
speaking of dreams, can you ever remember your dreams?
Yeah, I remember most of my dreams.
Really? Because I have a vivid dream of something so describable, but I'll wake up and what just happened.
Oh, I remember a lot of my dreams. I dream and I wake up and I'm like, wow, that just happened. I just had a whole adventure.
I wish my hand would just like become conscious when I'm sleeping and like write my dreams down so I could remember in the morning.
Journals. It's really important because you remember like the first 30 seconds you wake up. So I would definitely write a dream journal.
All right, so my number 2 movie of all time would have to be The Wolf of Wall Street, featuring Leonardo DiCaprio. Again, another great actor, a great story. You know, the underdogs coming up to rise on top. Just one of my favorite movies. Some great comedy in there.
Not for kids. I wouldn't.
Kids.
I don't
wouldn't
know.
recommend it for younger children.
Maybe have an adult there to sort of
supervise,
walk them through it.
Yeah. Definitely not for children. If you haven't seen the movie, again, go watch it like now.
If you're,
I don't know what you're doing.
It's pretty raunchy. If that's the right word, it's raunchy.
Raunchy. That's the perfect word to describe it, Joe. All right, what's your number 2 movie of all time?
Number 2, Catch Me If You Can. Another Tom Hanks movie.
Hanks.
The coolest thing about that is based on a true story. I mean, this guy out of high school kind of lost his way and he started forging checks and faking being a con man. I mean, he pretended to be a pilot, a lawyer, a doctor. I mean, this is crazy to think it's a true story and that he's ended up working
Movies
for the
based
FBI.
off of true stories are always good.
Yeah.
Always a good story. Shawshank Redemption, another one.
It feels real. I mean, it's really kind of hit you in the chest.
You have this a thought in the back of your head knowing that this actually happened. It just adds another, and that's like 11 on the cool factor scale.
Very cool, very cool.
All right, so my number 1 movie of all time, the best movie in my opinion, Step Brothers, featuring Will Ferrell. So funny. Like, you just cannot stop laughing whenever you start
it's
that
a classic.
movie. Like, you will guarantee, I bet you $1,000 that you will definitely wet your pants just peeing laughing. I mean, it's just absolutely hilarious. The comedy in there is A+. Again, not a movie for children, so very small children.
Keep the kids away.
Definitely keep an eye on them or just keep them away, lock them up. So, yeah, definitely my top number 1 movie of all time. Very funny. I can watch it time and time again. It won't get old for me. Yeah, that's it. My number 1. What about you, Joe?
My number 1, Good Will Hunting. Fantastic. I remember watching it for the first time and just sitting there in my bed thinking about, well, what if I was a genius? And I don't think I am. At least I don't know it yet. I could be. I mean, I could grow up to be one. But crazy. I mean, it's an underdog story. I mean, this guy was so confused in his life, and he was so smart, he didn't know what to do with it. As Matt Damon, he got big. He got big after that, and Ben Affleck too. They went on to have 2 very successful careers. So
very good actors.
I love that movie. It's fantastic.
Yes,
great.
All right. So that's gonna wrap up our top 3 movie segment. And, our last segment here is a little bit of time to reflect here in our years at Bellenandus. Joe's a senior this year. I'm a junior. And our years at Bellenandus High School are almost over. And, oftentimes my life moves really fast. And, like Ferris Bueller once said, if you don't stop look around at life in a while, you can miss it. So this segment, we're going to look at our favorite field trip of all time, whether for elementary school, middle school, or even high school here. So my favorite field trip has to be going to the Jaffa Circus back in 3rd grade. Just being so young and, just watching these like talented artists do what they do. It's just absolutely amazing. I can vividly remember me buying a plush snake.
Oh, dude.
Buying merchandise at field trips. Like, that's the best feeling ever.
Best. I mean, it's like
you just feel like so much control.
Mom's like, here's $20, and you know what I got?
When you get that $20 from your mom to spend at a field trip, there's so much power in your hands.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power. What you could do with that.
I bought a glow-in-the-dark pacifier, and it was really weird. But I wore it, and I stood out in the crowd.
When
they turned out the lights, they saw me.
If you had one of those, like you were a 15 on the cool scale. Like your level of cool couldn't be touched if you didn't have a glow in the dark pacifier. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Great. That was a great field trip.
I'll definitely remember that for years to come. What about you, Joe?
My favorite, going back, I think this was kindergarten and 1st grade, but Valewood Farms.
Ooh.
Went there.
My.
It's fall time. I'm wearing my jeans, a little kid jeans. And
nothing comfier than kid jeans.
Playing around in the corn pit. They had like a playground, but it was like farm related. Playing on the corn pit, going on the hay bales. I mean, it was cool. the tractor ride. I mean, the tractor ride was amazing. I thought it was so cool.
I can remember every bump of that tractor ride.
And I watched the cows get milked, and the guy called me over. He goes, "Come here, little boy.
No way.
Come here." And he put his hands out, got all the milk that he could get in one hand, and fed it to me.
You got volunteered? No way.
He fed it to me.
There's no way.
Yeah, he literally took it out of his hand, grabbed my mouth so it opened, and just poured it down my throat. It was sour and it was kind of warm. It was really warm.
But it was good.
But it was more the experience that I appreciated more than anything.
Right.
True story.
All right, folks. That's going to wrap it up here for episode 3 of Jack and Joe. What do you know?